All right, y'all. This is week 4 of how to invest. Today, I basically added a new stock to my portfolio, which is Tesla. I bought it under a fractional share order, meaning that I couldn't purchase the entire stock because the stock has quickly accelerated in growth over the last just 3 months. I used to own Tesla back in the day when I was first got into investing, and that was back when it was like around $300 per share. Now it's actually 4 times that. It's around $1,200 or even $1,300 now. I recently bought into it. I put another $500 deposit in, and I got $500 worth of the share, roughly around 40% of the share. With that being said, why I bought Tesla was basically because I see the growth in the company. I could see that Elon Musk, as the CEO of SpaceX, is just really doing a lot innovation-wise with the car company that he's got with Tesla vehicles that are all electric, with SpaceX on trying to commercialize space exploration, as well as the Hyperloop that he's working on, which is the boring company, which is basically building a tunnel underneath the surface of the earth to help you get from A to B a lot faster. In my opinion, I feel like Tesla is a very strong company that you want to buy and hold for the long term. That's why it fits into my portfolio. And a lot of analysts are saying, they're projecting a $1,500 price tag on it. Right now it's at $1,300, so it might be a good time to buy it, in my opinion. I just got into it again because I feel like I said before earlier, it's really good to hold on to it. This is a company that's probably going to grow very large in the near future, and if you're a long-term investor, this is what you want to do. Now, aside from the Tesla, I wanted to talk about how I view the stock market. Now, a lot of people are, during this time are hoarding cash or putting into their savings, or a lot of young people actually are now taking whatever refunds that they're getting, or not refunds, but whatever money they're getting for stimulus from the government, and they're investing that into Robinhood and everything. So that's a big thing that's going on a lot amongst the millennials. And I'm one of them. I'm taking that unemployment money and putting it directly into the stock market because I feel that's better than just holding on to it and saving it for a rainy day, whether that may be in your savings account or whether that may be just in cash and you're just cashing that direct deposit out and just putting the $500 under your bed or whatever. Why I do that? I look at the stock market as a savings account. A typical savings account, is going to earn you less than 1%. An online savings account right now will probably earn you like 1.2 something percent, still less than 2%. The stock market, however, is a place where you can actually grow your wealth. And if you're just gonna stack money up and not really use it for anything in particular, even if you're trying to save up for a house, let's say, if you're trying to save up for a house and you're making you're putting $500 away every month, or whatever amount every month, but you need a certain amount to get to before you put that down payment for the house. In my humble opinion, I feel like you really want to put all your money into the market, let it grow as much as it can, especially if you're saving up for like 3 years, 5 years, because that's what it takes for a lot of people to save up to actually put a good down payment on a house, so you don't have to pay too high on monthly mortgages. So if that's what you're into, or you're saving up for a car or whatever big payment that you're saving up for, the stock market is a really good place to store money. That's just my opinion. I feel like it worked for me. I did that. I turned 17,000 into 25,000 over 4 years. I used all that money to basically finance a trip overseas. I spent 53 weeks abroad, visited like 17 countries, 44 cities. And I did that all just because I was able to invest at 21. Now, whatever you might want a house, you might want a car, you might want to do something lavish or whatever the fuck. Use the stock market as a tool to better yourself and to grow your wealth, or at the very least to maintain its value. Because like I said, and I want to hit this very hard, inflation is real. You are losing 2% on average. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. But on average, you are losing 2% of every dollar that you save. A dollar is going to be 98 cents the next year. So understand the rules of the game to money, how you can use it to create cash flow for yourself. If you're really into it, you can definitely get into real estate. I'm not there yet, but I plan on getting it. I feel like the market is probably, the housing market at least, is going to crash just like how we saw in 2008. But the market and the real estate didn't crash until 2010-11. So my prediction is, as we saw the crash that recently happened because of the coronavirus this year, expect housing prices to drop a lot by 2020, 2021. So far, what I've read is that rental prices, which have not really dropped at all in the past like 10 years, are actually now stagnated and are even predicted to fall. So that's a big problem for people that are owning properties, because taxes are going high, but the rent is staying the same. That kind of goes into your margin. But if you're wise enough to be patient, accumulate real estate just like how you accumulate stocks. It's the same thing. The rents that they pay you is your dividends, and stocks, the dividends that they pay you is your dividends, and you reinvest that into acquiring more real estate or acquiring more stocks. That's how I look at it. I'm about to show you what I did with the Tesla shares. Again, it's just a fractional share that I bought. And if you're keeping up with this, good for you. If you're not, or at least if you see this and this might inspire you to go watch some other people's videos, because there's a lot of good people out there talking their shit and, just trying to educate people on how to use money a little bit more wiser. There's a lot of people that are not gonna do shit, and that's fine. To each his own. Hopefully, if you're a young person, like 18 years old or in your 20s, you kind of want to take advantage now more so than later on, because most people start worrying about their finances in the 30s. If you start thinking about that 10 years ahead, you're just going to be 10 years more of accumulation, 10 years more of compounding, 10 years more of knowledge, which is always going to work in your favor. It's not really about, what you know or who you know. It's about whatever you do know, can you actually apply it? It's great that you know like all the, elements in a periodic table, but if you're not really applying that on your day-to-day basis, if you're not a scientist or whatever, then it kind of is useless information. However, money affects everybody. I don't care if you're gay, straight, rich, poor, black, white, brown, purple, green, it doesn't matter. Everyone is affected by money, whether you have it or you don't. And everyone has problems with it, whether it's a little bit of money or a lot of money. When you have a little bit of money, you're just trying to make every dollar stretch. When you have a lot of money, you're trying to keep every dollar that you make, because taxes really take away from your income. So here we go with the Tesla video. Or not the Tesla video, but here we go with basically how to get the Tesla stock if you can't afford it.
All right, so you can see my account. I have $500 in the buying power. We're going to go ahead and search Tesla. I already had it searched up, so that's why it popped up right away. You can see it's at $12.77, so I'm going to go and buy it right now, and I'm going to buy it at the fractional price option. And I'm just going to go and use all my funds, which is $502.50, roughly about 40% of the share. And that's it. The order's complete. You can see that my average price is, $12.77.01. And that's it, guys. Like, that's all you had to do. If you got $1, put $1 into Tesla. It doesn't really matter. You see I have used up all of my money. This is what my portfolio consists of now. I'm still waiting for my Apple order to actually go through. Apple is at, I think it's around like $369 right now. I put it in an order at $315. I don't know if that's going to go through, but we'll see. I have also shares of IDV. It's currently like 25 something, and I put an order in for $24.50 and then also at $24. Hopefully it drops a little bit just so I can get those orders to go through as well. And, I don't know if this Apple share is going to go through. I might try to buy it at a fractional share, but I really don't want to go against what my philosophy is. But that's just where we're at.
Hope you like that. And again, if you want to get a free stock, use the code below for Robinhood. You can get yourself a free stock, so why not? Appreciate you if you enjoying what I'm putting out there. Also, if you want to learn some more, go ahead and ask some questions, do your own research, and just start accumulating some knowledge into your own financial literacy and your own financial education. Money is something that affects us all. Happy investing.